Want to learn English in the most fun way possible? Listening to stories helps you understand grammar and vocabulary without stress. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, like the video, and turn on the bell so you never miss a story. This one is full of feeling and adventure, so don't go anywhere. There was a boy named Max who had just turned 16. He lived in a quiet neighborhood in a small city. Max loved music more than anything. He listened to songs every day and danced when no one was watching. He wasn't a professional dancer, but he didn't care. Music made him feel free. One day, Max's school organized a trip to Berlin, the capital of Germany. The students would visit museums, explore historic places, and learn about European history. Max was excited, but he was especially curious about one place, the Berlin Wall. He had read about it in books and seen pictures, but now he would see it with his own eyes. When the bus arrived in Berlin, Max pressed his face against the window. Tall buildings, bicycles, street art, and crowds filled the city. It was full of life. That night, Max could hardly sleep. His heart was already dancing. The next morning, the group had breakfast at 8 o'clock and left the hotel at 9. It was cloudy. Max didn't bring an umbrella. He thought maybe it would not rain. They visited a museum first, then a famous gate, and finally, in the late afternoon, they arrived at the Berlin Wall. The wall stretched across the city like a long, broken scar. Some parts were covered in colorful paintings. There were messages of hope, faces of strangers, and wild shapes. Max walked along the wall slowly, touching the surface gently. He felt like he was touching history. Suddenly, it started to rain. At first, just a few drops. Then, all at once, the sky opened up. Most students ran to find shelter under a nearby tree. Some pulled out jackets or umbrellas. Max looked up, eyes wide. The rain hit his face and ran down his neck. But he didn't move. He pulled out his earbuds, put on his favorite song, and started to dance. At first, it was just small steps. A sway, a spin, a jump. The rain soaked his clothes, but Max didn't care. The world faded. It was just him, the music, and the wall. His arms moved with the rhythm, his feet splashed in puddles, and his heart pounded like a drum. Passers-by stopped to watch. Some smiled, some laughed softly. A few even filmed him. Max didn't notice. He was caught in the music. Then a voice called out. It was his teacher. She asked him to come back. Max paused, took a deep breath, and nodded. Slowly, he walked back to the group, dripping wet and a little embarrassed. Back on the bus, the students whispered and giggled. But no one teased him. One classmate said, "That was amazing." Max smiled shyly. That night, he posted a short video of himself dancing in the rain at the Berlin Wall. He wrote, "Sometimes you just have to dance." The video didn't go viral, but that didn't matter. For Max, the memory was more important than views or likes. A few days later, when the trip ended, Max returned home. But something had changed. He felt braver. He started joining dance classes and shared more of his dances online. His love for music and movement grew stronger. All because of one rainy moment in Berlin. You just learned English without even trying. By listening to Max's story, you learned English in a natural and fun way. You saw grammar and vocabulary in action, and you followed an emotional journey full of images and feeling. That's how real learning happens, through stories that stay with you. If you enjoyed this, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And now, leave a comment. What would you do if it started raining at the Berlin Wall? See you in the next story.